So listen, when they do the laser thing, right? Is it like a or is it like a this?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh my God. Hey Mona. What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Hey man, Mona came out and had the best game of her life. She came out there and literally dropped a triple-double. I can't even tell you how many times I rewound it to see her imitating Ish getting his butt lasered. But, and this is a strong but, because I saw all of the comments on Patreon, on YouTube. Everybody is in love with this episode, sharing the exact same sentiments. But there was a couple of times where Joe mentioned it's going to take him 6 months, 2 years, 4 years to get her acclimated. I kind of wanted to speak to that, because there's a reason that he brought that up. As enamored as everyone is with yesterday's episode, I have to stand on the other side. Do I think she performed great? Absolutely, because she's still the newest addition on the show. We have to give her time to fill out the runway. She hasn't used it all yet. We have to give her time to once again acclimate herself to the guys, acclimate herself to the culture of JVP, and just go with the flow of things. But as a direct result of Mona being who she is, it's going to take even longer than 4 years. And honestly, it's going to never happen, Joe. If that's something that you want to happen and occur, it will never happen. Now, I'm not saying all this to say that Mona can't take direction, because the rawness that she displayed yesterday is not the same rawness that she came in with, or the rawness that she displays on her other shows, which is why Joe is constantly speaking about Breakbeat Media. And I'll be curious to see what he says on that going forward, since she says she's no longer posting over there. But anyway, Mona, she, at the end, it was the most egregious, but she does it every single time. Whenever the guys are talking first and she has something to say, because she's so long-winded, she cuts them off. And then she starts speaking, but she's long-winded, and once they cut her off, she gets pissed at them for cutting her off. She's standing her ground, but Mona, you the one who initiated this. I'm not just cutting you off for no reason. And because she's the newest member, the guys aren't trying to cut her off. Now, she's funny as hell. There is so many things that she says that it's just like, how did she say that? Why did she say that? And because of the rawness of it, we're like, damn, she can get that off and it's hilarious. But when you look back at it, the main complaint from a lot of the women in the audience were how the guys would speak on females and all the sexual relations. And I know I've made multiple videos speaking on this. Every talking point with Mona is either a traumatic bond that happened with her and her family growing up, or something sexual related. Every single time. There was times when I was listening to yesterday's episode and I was like, damn, this is vulgar. And this is coming from someone that speaks like me. But there's got to be a limit. So once again, Joe keeps speaking on, he's going to get her right. But at the end of the day, this was a great addition. I'm not faltering on what I said initially. It's just, there's some refining that needs to happen in order for this to continue to be great and her catapulted to the next level, because that's what she is. She's a level switcher. Whatever level you're on before I come, I'm gonna either ascend you to the next 2 levels, or we're gonna go down a couple levels because we're not getting along. But I don't want to say all these things about Mona and then exclude Ice and exclude Ish. I'm pretty sure I'll make another video on this, but I thought it was very, very telling when Ish said that Joe doesn't pay him enough because Joe is giving him props for how he's able to just talk and be himself on podcasts and just in life. I thought it was very telling when Joe said, nigga, go ahead and tell the world how much you make. And Ish didn't say a fucking word. that just hurt your value in future negotiations, nigga, because you didn't do it. If you would have said it, and then you would have seen in the comments that, oh, damn, that's all Ish gets paid per month, or that's only what you're receiving monthly, it would have helped your negotiations in the future. Joe keeps alluding to 2026. Y'all go ahead and head over to my Patreon to see what the hell that means, because a lot was divulged that didn't happen on the podcast that I absolutely need to speak on. But once again, y'all go tune in on the Patreon /or/elevation. I appreciate all the support over there. Mona, you kicked ass, girl. It's clear as day you're going to get another Potter of the Month. And we need to start putting some real stock into Potter of the Month. Or it's not just the audience voting. We are the reason that y'all are number one in all the areas that y'all want to be number one at. So it would only make sense that the audience vote holds some type of weight. And they speak on it on the show. And Mark was trying to bring it back to life by being happy that he won. But now that it's a real contest again, because Mona's putting her best foot forward, I'd be anxious to see how they treat that going forward. It's not just for new people. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Am I bugging? Was Mona perfect? Is she the reason that the podcast is about to ascend? Because let's be clear, for a 2 or 3, maybe even longer month stretch, this pod had reached the stagnation point. It was like we were just barely staying above water, or we were just floating and wading in the water. But we weren't going up nor down. We were just at a point where, is this the end? Is this the end of the rope? And clearly with all the movement that Joe's talking about and all the movements that he's making behind the scenes, he does not want this to be the end of the rope. So Mona was a fantastic addition. Mark was a great addition. And another thing that I'm going to be paying attention to is, is Mona going to receive a drop before Flip? I think it's very funny that Flip has been here for years at this point and he hasn't received a drop. And he may not put any stock into it because his value is so high in the JBP, but there is a reason why he doesn't have a drop. And I wouldn't be shocked if Mona had a drop before the end of the year, especially after this performance. But I agree with the vast majority of the audience from Patreon and YouTube. It was a great performance. There's just a lot of things that need refining, because if she continues down this light, she's going to continue to speak on the other shit that we're not supposed to speak on. About her not caring about any of the other co-hosts but herself and Joe and Parks possibly. But she keeps telling Joe, you don't need none of these niggas. And if she's going to continue to have superstar performances, she's going to start looking at these niggas in a certain light. And I don't know if y'all are ready for that, because we already see how open and vulnerable Mona is. If she's genuinely feeling like this about these niggas, she's going to say it for us to hear. And Joe's going to have to make a decision at that point, because she'll absolutely give this nigga an ultimatum. I don't give a fuck. I already see what I do and the value that I bring over here, and I don't think these niggas is keeping up with their end of the bargain. It's them or me. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Hopefully y'all had a happy Thanksgiving. That's the reason why I haven't been making videos these past couple of days. I just went to my sister's house. We had a family Thanksgiving over there. Our actual Thanksgiving, we held it down. But I just want to make sure y'all had a happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. December, baby. We keep talking about fourth quarter with everybody else. Man, fourth quarter with us is about to get spooky. I hope y'all ready. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rocking. You already know what it is with us. Just go keep this thing moving forward. Appreciate all the support. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.